All right, y'all, we back and it is fight week. I'm your host, KJ the Great. Make sure you hit that like button, subscribe button. Go follow me on Instagram at All Sports Media TV. All one word. We gonna get into it. Let's talk about it. It's fight week. It's fight week, baby. It's fight week, and we've got one of the best fighters in the world, one of the most underrated fighters, making his ring return. That being Jaron Boots Ennis. 31 wins, no losses, no draw, 28 wins by way of knockout. The IBF welterweight champion. Recently, he signed with Eddie Hearn, Matchroom Boxing. You know, this fight is going to be showcased on the Zone live from Philadelphia. He'll be making his homecoming fight against former title contender. Well, I won't say former title contender, but title contender Russian fighter David Avanesyan. 30 wins, 4 losses, 1 draw, 13 wins by way of knockout. Now, originally, this fight was supposed to take place between Jaron Ennis and Cody Crawley, but Cody Crawley unfortunately had to pull out of the fight due to him failing a pre-fight eye exam that saw him have to get double eye surgery, which is, man, that's crazy. Good for that guy, man. Great story for that guy. Just a unfortunate events, unfortunate things. You know, the cards just didn't fall in line with it, but it's okay. I think he'll be back. I think he'll be strong. We'll just have to wait and see. But let's talk about these guys, man. Last time we saw Jaron Ennis in the ring, he fought against Roy Monvilla and got a 10th round TKO stoppage, 10th round KO stoppage. Put on a display of skill, beautiful display of skill and footwork. Uh, Power shots from the left and the right, slipping, countering. I mean, everything, just making them miss and making them pay. Everything you could think of, man. He put it on display in a major way. And that right there is part of why a lot of people are like, man, why can't he get those fights? You know, the Terrence Crawfords, the the Keith Thurmans, the Errol Spence, and even Mario Barrios and other guys like that. Why can't he get those fights? Well, it was probably most likely due to a lack of promotion from his previous promoter. Don't want to get too much into that. Just know he's not with them. He had to get out of that deal, and he signed with Eddie Hearn. And you know how Eddie Hearn rolls, man. He gonna put you on the map. Definitely, for all his fighters, he tries to get them a homecoming fight the first time they do business together, and then they move on to bigger and better things. Did that with Regis Prograis, got him a homecoming fight. He didn't look good in his homecoming fight, but then he eventually went on to lose to Devin Haney. You know, one of his biggest stars that he has is Anthony Joshua. He did have Canelo Alvarez at one point, but that's neither here nor there. Now, let's talk about David Avanesyan. He got a 6-round corner stoppage over Serge and Mbomo in his last fight. Now, not the best opponent. I've said this before when I talked about this fight. It wasn't his best opponent. It was kind of that get your confidence up, show some things you learn, get in the win column, get your feet back up under you type of fight. Because he came off of a loss to Terrence Crawford, a knockout loss to the best fighter in the world, Terrence Crawford. So you need to nothing to hang your hat on. You've went up against the best fighter in the world, best fighter in your division, but you need that fight like he had with Serge Mbomo to get you back right, to get you back, like I said, in the win column and get things flowing in the right direction. But with these two fighters, this fight for me and for all the other analysts that I've listened to is the measuring stick for Jaron Ennis, because like I said, they always peg and putting him in the category of, man, he needs to fight Terrence Crawford. He needs to fight all of these guys. Well, definitely they are going to look at this fight and they are going to judge it based off that. And in my opinion, I think he's going to knock David Avanesyan out. But I think he's going to have to do it inside of 4 rounds. The reason I say inside of 4 rounds is because to make him, to keep or put him further into that conversation and make the conversation worth entertaining with Terrence Crawford and all that, he's going to have to do that to a mutual opponent. I think he can, and I think he will. David Avanesyan, not the best fighter. He can put some combinations together, but he doesn't have the speed and the footwork to deal with Jaron Ennis, let alone with what went down with Terrence Crawford. With Terrence Crawford, he told her, he was like, I was getting the rust off of me, and then I got going, and boom, it was over. With Jaron Ennis, he's slightly younger. I can't say slightly younger. He's much, much younger. 26, 27 years old. So he's been out of the ring for what is this, a year now. So he's going to be looking to get going in a major way. I think he's going to put the pressure on. I think he's going to have to dominate this fight bell to bell to, like I said, keep that conversation going. So I'm going to take Jaron Ennis in this fight. I'm hoping that he can get it done inside of 4 or 5 rounds, and I'm going to leave it right there. Y'all let me know what you guys think. Do you think he's going to stop David Avanesyan? Do you think he's going to do it in the same fashion as Terrence Crawford, or do you think he's going to do it quicker than Terrence Crawford? Let me know in the comments, man. I appreciate y'all. Peace.